I'm currently in a beach over here in Mexico, and there is a bad bitch waiting for me in my hotel room. So, if you guys want to travel and do things like this, I highly encourage you to, even if you don't have a lot of money, even if you don't have a lot of experience and you're super broke. I honestly think every young man, or just man in general out there, should travel. And the reason I say this is because in your small town, in your hometown, there's so many experiences that you're missing out on. And even if you can only travel for a short period of time just to get a taste of what it's like going to another country, you know how many people I've met that have never been to another country? It's crazy. Really think about it. Think about how many people don't have a passport. Think about how many people just never travel just because they don't have the time, or they say they don't have the money, or they say that, oh, I need my passport, whatever, right? And it's really just a mental thing. Like, get your passport, just pay for it, just do it, suck it up, save up some money, or take out a loan, right? You know, I've known people that have literally taken out loans, but the reason, why is it worth it? Why would it be worth taking out a loan or saving up money to do this? Is because it'll change your worldview, it'll change your mind, it'll open up yourself to new opportunities. There's only so much that you can see in your hometown. There's only so many perspectives you can get. Whereas you can go to another country and get an entirely new view of the world, right? People are different. The food is different. The culture is different. The way that they think about things is different. Also, you get to meet beautiful women. I don't know if I told you guys this, or y'all heard of like the passport bro bullshit, but going to another country and being a foreigner makes it super easy for you to hook up with hot women. Okay, so let's get that out of the way, because that's the reason why a lot of us are traveling too. But yeah, if you want to go meet some bad bitches, man, like, guys, fucking stop messing with scraps and shit. Like, you know, if you're not getting any play in your hometown, like, book that flight, man. Like, book that flight, get on that fucking plane, go out there, go meet some bad bitches, go hang out, go eat some good ass food, go on adventures. Literally, like, don't be one of these guys that never leaves your state and never leaves your country. Bro, there's people that I know that haven't even left, like, their fucking state or province, right? Like, they never traveled outside of, like, the 2 or 3 hours of where they were born. Their whole fucking life. And when you see this shit on TV, when you watch a travel documentary, when you watch someone on YouTube, and it seems like it's like you're peering into this other person's life, right? Like, if you've never been there, or if you've never done it, it feels almost like impossible. Like, these other countries feel like almost like a magical place, like they're in another realm or some shit. But guys, like, I'm here right now. It's not another realm, it's there. Like, you can get to that place. You can go meet these hotties. You can go get this fucking money. And if you don't have a lot of money, by the way, as you travel, as you get better at traveling, you find easier ways to travel. You find cheaper ways to travel. When you're a beginner, it's gonna be scary. When you're a beginner, you're not gonna know, like, the tips and tricks. Like, traveling is kind of like a skill, to be honest. Like, I would definitely say it's a skill. Like, there's strategies to it. There's do's and don'ts. There's tips and tricks, all that good stuff. Just like any skill out there. I like to call it adventuring, actually. Let's call it adventuring. Adventuring is a skill. Knowing how to deal with the locals is a skill. Knowing how to find the cheapest plane ticket, the cheapest bus ticket. By the way, guys, do not sleep on bus tickets. They are super cheap. Buses, and also, I'll give you a travel hack. Your home airport is probably not gonna have the best prices for flying. You're gonna wanna fly out of the major cities if you can. So the biggest city that's next to you, or the closest, like, major city, major airport that's next to you, those places are gonna have the cheapest flights. Also, if you cross the border, if let's say you cross into a country, right, and you book a domestic flights are also a lot cheaper. So take advantage of those buses, right? Like for example, if you wanted to travel somewhere in Canada and you live up in the north, it could be worth it for you just to take a bus to the Canadian border and then go to one of the major Canadian cities in order to fly to another part of Canada. It would be a lot cheaper rather than if you flew out of the United States or vice versa. Okay? The next thing, money-wise, how do you budget? How do you get the money for travel? Really, guys, like, you have to be disciplined. You have to set aside some money. You have to save up. Like, really, guys, like, you can make it work with, like, a lot of these places, you can make it work for, like, $1,500, right? Like, $1,500. That's including, like, the plane ticket. That's, like, a bare minimum, you know, round trip flight. You know, you could probably stay for, like, a week. You know, yeah, you're not going to be eating the best food. Yeah, you're not going to be in the best accommodations. You may have to stay in a cheap-ass hotel. You may have to buy, like, street food and shit. And most of that money is going to go to the plane ticket, but it is possible. Yes, it is possible to, like, even just 2 or 3 days, guys. Like, don't even, you know, in your first trip, don't, like, psych yourself out. Like, one thing you could do is take, like, smaller trips. Like, take, like, a weekend trip somewhere, for example, and have a list of things planned. Like a cheap trip. There's cheap trips that you can take too. Like, really think outside the box. Like, there's even destinations in your country that kind of, like, are so different. Like, for example, I remember one of my first epic trips. I drove all the way from Texas to California without stopping to go see my best friend. And it was me and one of my best friends, my other best friends. We drove all the way there to California together. And that was a badass trip, guys. Like, and it didn't cost a lot of money. You know, all we needed was a car, money for gas. We stayed with my buddy for like 2 or 3 weeks, almost a month. And yeah, dude, we partied and we smoked a lot of weed. That was back when I smoked weed, but we were smoking weed every day. We were drinking, we were hanging out, having fun. We were playing video games. We were going out in California, around in Los Angeles. And that was a cheap mini trip that I took. I mean, that's not like a mini trip for some people, but I'm just giving you an idea. It was cheaper as well because we were able to stay with my friend. That's another thing. If you have friends or family that are living in far away, 99% of the time, you could ask them, hey, you know, that place that you're living seems pretty interesting. You wouldn't mind if I stayed with you for like a few days or a week if I, you know, decided to visit that area. And surprisingly, 99% of the time, they're going to say yes. So that's how you can save money on hotels. If you can stay with someone else, you can save a lot of money on the hotel, because typically the biggest expenses typically are always going to be the travel, the actual like tickets themselves, if you're flying, and the hotel. The hotel is always fucking a big chunk. You know, $500, $400, depending on the quality of the hotel that you're getting, how long you're staying. Obviously, if you're staying for 2 weeks, it can go into like over $1,000. You know, if you get like an expensive hotel. Yeah, and don't be getting in expensive ass hotels, guys. Like, just get something cheap. Like, you're not taking this trip to chill in a hotel. Like, you're taking the trip to fucking explore, to travel, to do cool shit, to meet people, right? Now, I'm not saying get in a place that has like fucking roaches crawling up the walls and shit. Like, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, focus on the experience more than anything. Like, focus on the people more than anything. Like, don't focus on, like, you know, the hotel or the fucking food or whatever. Like, you know, that can sit by the wayside. Like, food is food. You know, you have a place to sleep. That's cool. You know, don't worry about it. Also, safety. Plan your, like, really research the place that you're going to. Like, try to get like a grip on the culture. Like, watch documentaries. You know, watch stuff. Educate yourself basically on like the destination that you're planning on going. You know, what are the major cities? What language do they speak? Is it safe for foreigners? Are they friendly? You know, what are some of the local customs? Like, how do people treat each other with respect? That kind of thing. You know, what's the dating scene like? You know, are these like the kind of women that you would want to get with? Like, think about these things, guys. Another tip that I'll give you if you want to meet women in other countries, get like a dating profile, like Tinder, Bumble, whatever the fuck you want to call it. A lot of these dating apps have a option where you can change your location and like swipe in like a different area. And that way you can kind of see like how easy it would be to go on a date. Because there's some countries like where it's fucking hard to go on a date. Like, just because of the culture. Maybe it's like, you know, I'm just going to say your skin color, right, plays a huge role in that. You know, women do care about shit like this depending on where you go, right? Like, some countries are going to, based on the kind of person you are, you might have more luck in one country than someone else, right? But put your dating profile, like if you want to meet women, put your dating profile where you want to go first. If you're getting matches, if these girls are being nice, receptive, if they're responding to texts, and you know, you don't even have to say, like, you can do like a little, like, I call it like a test. You could actually like say like, oh, do you want to hang out? Like, where you at? And kind of like act like you're there, but you're not actually like there, if that makes sense. So that's my tips for you guys. You know, that's some ways you can prep for a trip if you've never been on one. Get your passport now. Stop putting it off, guys. Like, I know so many people that are like talk fucking huge about, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to go visit this place. Oh, you know, I want, and then they never get their passport. They never get their fucking passport. And it's like, dude, you're never gonna fucking travel. Like, you're just never gonna do it. Like, you just talk. Fucking, you're not gonna do it, bro. Like, you don't even have a passport. You can't even do it if you wanted. If you won't even spend, yeah, it's gonna be like $100, $200 for a passport. But if you can't even put down a couple $100 towards traveling, but you want to talk about travel all day, like, I'm sorry, but like, if you're not willing to invest, it's not gonna happen. And like I said, travel, I think it's a positive. Like, it opens up your mind. It gives you an abundance mentality. It gives you a new outlook on life. Like, if you're in a dark place, if you broke up, if you just got divorced, if you're someone that your girlfriend just dumped you or some shit, or you're fucking depressed, take that trip, guys. Like, fucking, a trip can literally change your life. It can refresh you. It can make you feel better. It can literally make you forget the past. It can help you start a new chapter. Like, I've literally taken trips where I was a different person after I came back, you know, and like, you know, meeting like badass people, making amazing friends, meeting fucking beautiful ass women. Like, I'm talking beautiful chicks. Like, you don't want to miss out on that, guys. You don't want to be fucking 80 years old, 70 years old, sitting in a retirement home and fucking being like, damn, you know, all I had to do was just book that flight. Like, that's it. And instead I was worried about bills. Instead I was worried about this or that, or fucking just, I wasn't, you know, you just like messing around. You were undisciplined with your savings. So That's my advice to you guys. Don't miss out on traveling. You have to do it to be a complete man. If you're someone that wants to be a truly great man, like, you got to get out there, you got to meet people, you got to have good experiences, and you need to go see the world. All right, later guys.